Hello everyone, my name is Rich Keener. I'm the Village Manager for the Village of Villa Park, and today's another one of our segments where I'll be discussing an upcoming board meeting's agenda. So for today's segment, we're going to talk about Monday's board meeting for June 11th. And we have a number of very interesting items for Monday night. So let's start. As I always mention, the board meeting starts at 7 o'clock. It's held here at Village Hall at 20 South Ardmore. And so you can come in the building and come upstairs and enjoy the agenda and board meeting. Plenty to talk about Monday night, some interesting items. So number one is the usual call to order. It's the roll call. Number two is the Pledge of Allegiance. Number three is public comments on agenda items. And that's the appropriate time for anyone in the audience to comment on the agenda, any of the items on the agenda. Number four is amendments to the agenda, and that's the appropriate time for the President or Board of Trustees to modify the formal board agenda for that evening. Number five is presentation of Junior Women's Club Scholarship Awards, and we've got two candidates here. We've got A, Megan Giannopoulos, and Kathleen Cicero. So both those young ladies will be receiving scholarship awards Monday night. Number six for Monday on the agenda is the presentation of the Sugar Creek Golf Course audit. This is going to be by Director Wachtel and Ed Tracy from Selden Fox. And folks, the golf course, its annual year is January 1st through December 31st. And so the audit's been prepared and now it's going to be presented to the board. But the golf course did have a very good year last year, ending on December 31st. So number seven for Monday night is the consent agenda. Two items there, which is minutes from the board meeting held on May 21st, 2018. And B, bill listing for the weeks of May 21st, May 28th, and June 4th, 2018, respectively, for a total amount of $1,695,125.59. So moving on to number eight for Monday night, June 11th, is a first reading of an ordinance of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, reducing the number of Class I liquor licenses, and this reflects the closure of Outback Steakhouse. So Outback Steakhouse, previously located at 100 to 128 East Roosevelt Road, closed for business in early March 2018. Pursuant to Section 3-320 of the Villa Park Municipal Code, the liquor license assigned to that business has been forfeited and needs to be removed from the liquor licenses that are issued and now available in the village. The removal of this liquor license will decrease the number of Class I liquor licenses from 9 to 8. It is recommended that Section 3-313A of the Village Code be modified to reflect this decrease. So folks, Outback Steakhouse closed in March, and you're probably aware that they had two facilities that they closed, one in Villa Park and one out west, and then they opened a new facility really close to I-355, so it's kind of in between both former locations. And so we're going to take that liquor license off the number of available licenses and then move forward. So number 9 for Monday night, June 11th, the second reading of an ordinance of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving the CMAP zoning ordinance and official map. The Chicago Metropolitan Agency for Planning, also referred to as CMAP, provided 100% funding for this complete update to the village's zoning code. The last comprehensive update to the code was in 1970. The new code provides more consistency with the village's 2009 comprehensive plan and with the CMAP's Go to 2040 plan. The Zoning and Planning Commission held a public hearing on this item on January 11, 2018, and unanimously recommended approval of the zoning and map update. So folks, as I always mention, the second reading, there will not be much discussion unless something has changed or been considered since the first reading. So with our new board agenda procedures, anything that changes a village code has two readings. It has the first reading, which does not have a vote, just discussion. And then it has the second reading, which may have discussion if there's certain questions still lingering from the first reading, but it will have a vote. So it'll either be approved or it won't be, or it'll be tabled Monday night. So number 10, moving forward, is the ordinance of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, granting a special use for the expansion of an existing church at 5 North Princeton Avenue. Petitioner is seeking approval of a special use to expand an existing church at the northeast corner of Princeton Avenue and St. Charles Road. At the public hearing held on May 10, 2018, in which no objectors appeared, the Zoning and Planning Commission unanimously recommended approval of the request. And folks, the petitioner is seeking approval of the special use to expand the building, so they would like to expand the building by about 3,100 square feet, which would bring in, or add, if you will, 2 chapels, bathrooms, and an elevator. And the church is across the street here at Village Hall, so right on St. Charles Road. Moving on to number 12. I'm sorry, moving on to number 11. We got to go back. I don't want to hurry through this exciting agenda. So moving on to number 11 is the ordinance of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving the First Amendment and extension to the contract for garbage, brush, landscape waste, and recyclable material collection service with Roy Strom Refuge Removal Services, Inc. The refuge contract between the Village of Villa Park and Roy Strom is up for renewal on June 30th, 2018. The village has renegotiated a new 5-year contract commencing on July 1st, 2018 and terminating on June 30th, 2023, with a renewal option being granted for an additional 5 years at the sole discretion of the village. 2 key features of the new 5-year contract extension include an annual confidential paper shredding event and an annual electronics waste recycling credit of $10,000. Staff recommends that the village president and board of trustees approve an ordinance renewing the contract between the village and Roy Strom and updating the village code to reflect the contract's collection and disposal rates. Excuse me. So folks, the background is the contract that's expiring this month, and we've negotiated a new 5-year contract, and there are some increases to the contract, a little over 2% increases per year for the collection. Other changes are the $10,000 credit towards the recycling. As I'm sure you're aware, on a monthly basis, we have on a Saturday electronics recycling here at Village Hall, so you can drop off your TVs, old computers, printers, and things of that nature. So what staff did is we negotiated a $10,000 credit, and we'll use that to pay for the cost of the monthly recycling, the cost of recycling the TVs, computers, things of that nature. And then additionally, we negotiated an annual village-wide shredding event, which we'll hold at some location within the village, and you can bring all your papers that you want to recycle or shred to that event, and we'll shred them for free. So it's kind of an exciting way to proceed. So we've always thought about shredding, and we've done electronics for several years now. So it's kind of exciting to kind of blend those together. So moving on to now number 12 for Monday night, June 11th, excuse me, is an ordinance of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving a license agreement by and between the Village of Villa Park and J. Dev Brew, Inc. for a garbage enclosure license agreement. So the village has constructed an enclosure upon the village's property located east of the Great Western Trail train depot and adjacent to 320 East Kenilworth Avenue. The property owner at 126 South Villa, which is Moore Brewing Company, wishes to maintain the garbage enclosure for the storage of garbage and other waste material generated by the business. Use of the garbage enclosure will create better traffic flow to the area and will greatly improve the aesthetics of the village's newly established entertainment space. The property owner will assume all future maintenance of the garbage enclosure, and the license agreement is revocable. So folks, what we've done is we've constructed a brick concrete garbage enclosure where Moore Brewing is going to slide their dumpsters into this enclosure, and then there'll be a gate, and it'll be very attractive instead of having their garbage dumpsters like in the middle of a parking lot there. So we're going to move those into a newly constructed garbage enclosure with a gate, and then the flow of traffic through the parking lot will be a little easier, and the aesthetics will be much nicer than looking at several dumpsters. So look forward to having that completed this week. So moving on to number 13 for Monday night, June 11th, is a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving an intergovernmental police assistance agreement to join the Felony Investigative Assistance Team, also referred to as FIAT, in the annual amount of $3,500. So FIAT is a law enforcement task force specializing in major crime investigations, computer forensics, major crash reconstructions, canine response, and special weapons and tactics SWAT response. FIAT is comprised of members from 15 agencies from DuPage County that share specialized resources to respond to and investigate felony offenses, conduct surveillance operations, respond to high-risk critical incidents such as hostage situations and high-risk search warrants, investigate and reconstruct fatal and potentially fatal crashes, canine tracking, and area drug searches and evidence collection for electronic storage devices and cell phones. Participation in this organization will allow the village access to several officers that will be able to respond to and assist our agency in the event of a major incident without depleting all of our personnel resources. Membership fees for agencies in FIAT are $3,500 annually. This amount has been budgeted in the stub year 18 account number 10-520-08-299. Excuse me. So folks, we're going to join, or hopefully be approved Monday night to join FIAT, which will provide extra staff if in fact we do have a major incident that needs to provide extra staffing, and staffing that's specialized in, say, maybe computer forensics, crash reconstruction, special weapons, things of that nature, because that does occur. Thankfully, infrequently, but it does occur. So moving on to number 14 is a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving an amended mutual aid agreement for the Northern Illinois Police Alarm System, also referred to as NIPUS, in the annual amount of $6,205. NIPUS represents a joint venture of suburban municipal police departments in the Chicago metropolitan area. NIPUS includes law enforcement from over 100 cities, villages, and towns in 5 counties. NIPUS includes law enforcement from NIPUS consists of a special tactical squad known as the Emergency Service Team and a special crowd control team known as the Mobile Field Force. The emergency services team assists with hostage barricade incidents, high-risk warrant services, search and rescue missions, and similar tactical incidents. The mobile field force assists with civil disturbances, union conflicts, public demonstrations, and other events involving large or disorderly crowds. In addition to officers with specialized training, NIPUS has specialized equipment that includes a fully equipped mobile command post, an armored rescue vehicle, an equipment transport vehicle, along with other specialized equipment. NIPUS has assisted the Village of Villa Park's police with several major incidents since joining in 2006. Membership fees for agencies in NIPUS are $6,205 annually. This amount has been budgeted in stub year 2018, account number 10-520-09-299. And so, folks, we've belonged to NIPUS since 2006, and so what we're doing is just revising the agreement that's been in place since that particular time. So moving on to 15 for Monday night is a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving a contract with Globe Construction, Inc. for the 2018 concrete flatwork program in an amount not to exceed $49,799.97 or $74,993.38. Staff proposes the replacement of substandard public sidewalk at various locations throughout the village as part of the 2018 concrete flatwork program. Staff requested two proposals from Globe Construction, with one for $74,993.38 and the other $49,977.97. The higher proposal would allow the village to complete additional sidewalk replacement under this program and reduce the number of projects on the waiting list if the board desires. Staff recommends approving a contract with Globe Construction for the 2018 concrete flatwork program in an amount not to exceed $74,993.38. There is $50,000 budgeted for sidewalk replacement in the Capital Projects Fund account number 64-502-10-299. So folks, you may or may not be aware that we have a waiting list for the replacement of sidewalks within the Village of Villa Park. So by approving the higher amount, we want to reduce the waiting list. And the waiting list currently has a number of projects on it. And quite honestly, once we finish sidewalks, more people, I think, see those and say, geez, I would like to really have mine replaced. And then they contact us and are added to the list. And so what we'd like to do is this year and next year budget more money and reduce that waiting list down. And when you drive through town, it's really exciting to see the new sidewalks. And when we've been doing our street projects, a lot of times we include some new sidewalks with the street projects. So we're kind of moving along through new sidewalks through those projects as well. So let's move on to 16 for Monday night, which is a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, accepting a Phase 3 engineering agreement with Clark Dietz for the grant-funded 2nd Avenue Sewer Separation and Street Improvement Project in an amount not to exceed $76,717.46. The village expects to receive approval of the final plans and specifications from DuPage County for the 2nd Avenue Combined Sewer Separation Project in the next few months. Clark Dietz, Inc. has submitted a proposal to provide Phase 3 construction engineering services to the village at a cost not to exceed $76,717.46. The construction improvements include combined sewer separation and roadway reconstruction and are funded through a Community Development Block Grant disaster recovery grant, with the village responsible for engineering costs. Funding sources for the project include the Street Improvement Fund, that's referendum account 60, 50203-292, and Wastewater Fund, which is the combined sewer separation account number 83-50204-292. So folks, this is kind of a neat project where you have sewer separation and road reconstruction. So I'm very excited to get this one going and completed as well. So moving on to number 17 for Monday night, June 11th, is a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving the purchase of Microsoft Office and SQL upgrades for village computers in an amount not to exceed $47,344.50. Staff computers are currently operating on the 2010 version of Microsoft Office. This version is no longer supported by Microsoft's security upgrades, and the village must upgrade to the 2016 version of Microsoft Office. Additionally, the village's finance and water billing database, called Cassell, is due for an upgrade to improve functionality. In order to support this software upgrade, a Microsoft database called SQL must also be upgraded to a compatible version. Cassell's upgrade will allow the finance department to add modules to the program, which will in turn increase operational efficiency. These one-time purchases have been budgeted in Information Technology Equipment Maintenance Fund account number 10-51201-270 in a total amount not to exceed $47,344.50. So folks, just as I mentioned, the village operates on 2010 version of Microsoft Office, which is no longer supported for upgrades. And so we need to switch to 2016, unfortunately. And so once we do that, we'll all be on the same version and be able to receive security updates, things of that nature. Moving on to number 18 for Monday night is appointments to boards and commissions. We do have one appointment for Monday night, which is to the Police Pension Board, and that would be Trustee Chris Aiello, which would be an appointment to that particular board. So, excuse me, moving on to number 19, which would be the public comments on non-agenda items, and that's the portion of the agenda where anyone in the audience that would like to comment on non-agenda items would be recognized by the president and address the board and staff at that time. Number 20 would be the village clerk's report. 21 is the village trustees report. 22 is the village president's report. 23 would be my report, the village manager's report. 24 is the executive closed session. And we do have a number of items. A, 5 ILCS 120-2C1 would be personnel matters. B, 5 ILCS 120-2C2, collective bargaining matters. C, 5 ILCS 120-2C5, purchase or lease of property. D, 5 ILCS 120-2C6, sale or lease of property. And E, 5 ILCS 120-2C11, pending litigation. And then F, 5 ILCS 120-2C21, discussion of closed session minutes. And folks, when we come out of executive closed session, there will not be any action items. So number 25 is the adjournment. So folks, we have a lengthy agenda Monday night for June 11th. Some neat things: road construction, Microsoft Office computer upgrade purchases. We have a liquor license removal. We have some NIPAS and Fiat agreements. So kind of all many different things. So, and the CMAP zoning update, which hasn't been updated, the zoning for the village since 1970, so kind of some exciting things. But I also want to call your attention to Summerfest. It's that time of year. So Summerfest is going to be taking place on June 15th and 16th, which is almost here. So on Friday, June 15th, Summerfest is going to operate from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. And then on Saturday, June 16th, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And then on Friday night, we have the car show. And that'll be from like 6 p.m. to 10. We're going to have food, beer, bands, art and crafts, a balls tournament, kids entertainment. So sounds pretty exciting to me. Hopefully the weather holds for us. Had some hot temperatures. Now they're cooling off a little bit. Should get some rain this weekend. So, you know, I look forward to seeing you Monday night or maybe on the Prairie Path this weekend. So take care. Again, I'm Rich Keener. It's my honor to be your village manager for the Village of Villa Park. Take care, and I'll see you soon.